Nippon Hoso Podcast Station。
今年も新年明けましてよろしくお願いいたします。今年も新年明けま終わった。絶対違う。最後に一つだけお願いしてもよろしいでしょうか Or may I ask for one final thing? So let's dive into today's line. Today's line, oh my gosh, we also have a video for this as well. So let's dive into today's line. 世の中に存在する大抵のものはつまらない。だからせめてこの両目に映る狭い世界くらいは面白いもので溢れていてほしいと願っている。そして今、一番面白いものはスカーレット、あなたなんだ。私のこの思いが一般的な恋愛感情と異なるものだとは自覚している。だがこれだけは言わせてくれ。スカーレット、私はあなたが愛おしい。この世界のどんなものよりも。So in English, that would be, I find most things in this world boring. So I would like at least a small corner of the world that I inhabit to be filled with things that interest me. And right now, the most interesting thing to me, Scarlet, is you. I realize that what I feel is not the same as traditional romantic love. But I will say this one thing. Scarlet, you are dear to me, more dear than anything else in this world. I get so frustrated with characters very easily, but Scarlet punches them in the face for you. It's not even like a weak punch. There is blood everywhere. I think depending on the platform, it's like rated some like adult rating. That's how much blood. But it's not like gore. It's like, it's a feel-good blood. Like it makes you feel good because they're all bad guys. Scarlet never punches good guys. ですね。あとなんだろう、ギャップ萌え。Oh, a really popular trope in Japanese anime is ヤンキー捨て猫理論。Anime English Club with Sally Amaki. Hello everyone and welcome to episode 35 of the Anime English Club. I'm your host Sally Amaki. 今年も新年明けましてよろしくお願いいたします。今年も新年明けま終わった。絶対違う。Don't copy me. That's not proper Japanese. How do I say it? ちょっと待って。今週もよろしくお願いします。そして、新年明けましておめでとうございます。今年もよろしくお願いいたします。Is that right? Okay, that's it. Okay. 今年もよろしくお願いいたします would be, repetitive. No, that would mean I already had a New Year's and this would be my second New Year's. So, yeah. Anyway, it's okay because this is the Anime English Club, not the Anime Japanese Club, okay? We're not here to teach Japanese. はい。ということで、2026年になりましたよ。すごい。変わった。ちょっと服は一緒ですけれども。はい。どうしましょう Should we talk about, my goals for 2026? My New Year's resolution.New Year's resolution です。新年の抱負 New Year's resolution. My New Year's resolution, oh gosh. Last year it was for me to stop using Uber Eats and to stop eating konbini foods. However, I should probably stop saying that just in case this program gets sponsored by Uber Eats, you know, dream big. Dream big. We might get sponsored from Uber Eats and 7-Eleven, Family Mart, Lawson, Mini Stop.Keeping my options open to everybody. Please sponsor us, please. But yeah, my goal for 2025 was actually to stop eating konbini food and to also stop using Uber Eats. Konbini food, I actually was able to do it. I didn't eat any konbini foods at all. Uber Eats, I kind of crashed during March. So I kept my New Year's resolution for 3 months. But this year, 2026, what should I do? I should probably start saving money. Yeah, my credit score is terrible. So 1, I should probably start saving money. 2, I want to travel more. I know that basically cancels out what I said for number 1, but I would love to travel more just because I am kind of a hermit. Hermit っていうの貝殻に入っている、何ですか海の生物。 カニみたいな、hermit crab。貝殻に入ってるカニなんでしたっけ？ヤドカリを hermit crab って言うんですけど、あんまり外に出ないそのデブ症の方のことを hermit, I'm a hermit っていうので、I am a hermit. I tend to be a hermit. So this year, my goal is to travel somewhere every month. Not big traveling, but like minor vacations. Yeah, I would love to travel to places. That was my goal for 2024 actually, and I was able to go to many hot springs or onsen, and I enjoyed it a lot. So 2026, I am bringing that back. But also, I'm going to save money. Right. So let's see where that goes. All right. ということで、Oh, by the way, please tell me your New Year's resolution as well in the comments below if you're watching this on YouTube. Hi, so without further ado, let's dive into today's episode. Today we're looking into 最後に一つだけお願いしてもよろしいでしょうか? Or, may I ask for one final thing? So this is a Japanese light novel by Nana Otori, which began serialization on a novel submission website in 2018. A manga adaptation by Sora Honoki started in June 2019, and a TV anime adaptation began airing in October of 2025. So the story is a broken engagement at a ball party. It was supposed to be a typical scene of condemnation for a villainess. In the middle of the ball party, a duke's daughter, Scarlet, is suddenly and unjustly told by her fiancé, the second Prince Kyle, that their engagement is off. To make matters worse, he announces he has a new fiancé and accuses her of crimes she didn't commit. Scarlet had endured Kyle's constant harassment since they were children because she was his fiancée, but she has finally reached her breaking point. All right, we actually have the scene from the very beginning of the anime, so let's check it out. Here is that scene.
カイル様、この場を去る前に最後に一つだけお願いしてもよろしいでしょうか。
いいわけがないだろうがこの際。
まあカイル様、最後と言っているのだし、いいんじゃありませんか。
お前はなんと試合にあふれる女なのだ。仕方あるまい。貴様、願いとは何だ。
感謝いたしますわ。
金か宝石か、それとも。
では。私の最後のお願いです。そこのクソ甘をぶっ飛ばしてもよろしいですか。
は？貴様、何を言って。
はい。So much blood. I remember this anime was actually announced. The anime adaptation was actually announced in one of the programs or Anime Online Fest 2024, I think. And I was the host of that festival. But when I announced it, they made me announce it by punching a punching bag. Yeah, so it's staying in my memory. And also, I am in this anime as well as a Rosalia. She is friends with Scarlet. So if you have the time, please check her out as well.
嘘、張り合いがなくてつまらないって。ローザさん、昨日だって街中の回復薬を買い込んできて。それ以上言ったら口の中に氷魔法をぶち込むわよ。
Yes, this anime honestly is such a feel-good anime. Every single time you feel like you want to punch that character in the face, Scarlet does it for you. So I really recommend this anime for people who have anger issues. She does it for you. All right. So let's dive into today's line. Today's line, oh my gosh, we also have a video for this as well. So let's dive into today's line.
世の中に存在する大抵のものはつまらない。だからせめて、この両目に映る狭い世界くらいは、面白いもので溢れていてほしいと願っている。そして今、一番面白いものは、 スカーレット、あなたなんだ。私のこの思いが一般的な恋愛感情と異なるものだとは自覚している。だがこれだけは言わせてくれ。スカーレット、私はあなたが愛おしい。この世界のどんなものよりも。
So in English, I find most things in this world boring, so I would like at least a small corner of the world that I inhabit to be filled with things that interest me. And right now, the most interesting thing to me, Scarlet, is you. I realize that what I feel is not the same as traditional romantic love, but I will say this one thing. Scarlet, you are dear to me, more dear than anything else in this world. Hi, so this is a scene from episode 3. After punishing the corrupt nobles at the ball party, Scarlet teams up with the first prince, Julius, to fight against a greater mastermind within the country. While investigating, the two go for a walk in the city. Julius reminisces about when he first met Scarlet and confesses his feelings to her. Hi. I mean, as Julius says, this may not be the traditional romantic love. Love has many forms. And also, I feel like romantic love fades anyway. You feel me? Yeah, romantic love fades. So I feel like this feeling that Julius has for Scarlet is gonna last much longer than those lovey-dovey couples. Lovey-dovey はもうラブラブって意味です。lovey-dovey ですね。はい。So, go Julius. I'm rooting for you. はい。Great confession, by the way. All right. So let's break down some vocabs. So find plus object plus complement. So だとわかる、だと思う。find は直訳すると見つけるってことなんですけど、I find you interesting とかだと、あなたのことをすごい面白いと思うを find だから見つける。あなたが何々だと見つかるみたいな意味を find とするんですよ。これちょっと難しいですよね。I find it so 難しいですよねっていうのも I find it difficult to explain ちょっと説明するの難しく思うんですよねの思うのところを find I find it interesting, I find it difficult, I find it fun 自分が何々だとわかるとか何々だと思うのことを I find it blah 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 って言うといいと思います。で次 would like object to verb は誰々にか何々にほにゃららしてほしい。So, I would like you to watch さいひと or may I ask for one final thing? So, object is you and verb would be to watch. So, or she would like you to get out or I would like you to get out. Or yeah, so would like, I would like. It's a formal way of saying things. I imagine this is because Julius is a prince, so this is his way of talking. I would like for you to do this, so and so. So Julius, as a prince, he's saying, so I would like at least a small corner of the world that I inhabit to be filled with things that interest me. If I wasn't a prince, I'm not, but I would probably be like, I want at least the small corners of the world that I inhabit to be filled with things that interest me. So instead of saying I would like, I would be like, I want. はいですね。would like. So for instance, if you're talking to somebody that, or like a guest that at your house, you would be like, would you like some water? If you're hosting a party, you would be formal, be like, would you like this? Would you like to sit down? But if you're talking to a friend, you would be like, do you want water? Do you want to sit down? So would like is kind of a formal way of saying, do you want to? はいですね。Depends on the situation though, but in this case, it was pretty formal. Next, inhabit は住む、生息する という感じですね。inhabit も結構そこまで使わないですけど、ネイチャードキュメンタリーで見ます。inhabit. So, the animals that inhabit this area とか本当生息する、住むよりかは生息するの方が近いと思います。ですね。だからジュリアスthat I inhabit. でも、ジュリアスめっちゃフォーマルに話すなって思いますね。So, 私ならなんて言うかな How would I say it? So, I want at least the small corner of the world that I live in to be filled with things that interest me. So you can change it to I live instead of inhabit. 本当 inhabit はそこに生息するもう自分が一種の生物として結構達観した見方してますね。ジュリアスはこのシーンで自分のことなので。So, はい、inhabit. So, you wouldn't say I inhabit, I live in Japan の方が正しいですね。inhabit.
国を治める側の人だからみたいなことなんでしょうか。
国を治める側の人、確かに。
自分の町。
そうですね。inhabit 結構大きく物事を見てる気がします。一つの世界のここに、本当だからもう生息するっていうもう結構大きめな言葉なので、住むだったら that I live の方がいいですね。live, live. で、次。be filled with so and so. だから〇〇で満たされている。be filled with love, be filled with hate, be filled with, anything, honestly. be filled with あなたが今何に満たされているのか。だから、be filled with love through my 推しとかですね。はい。満たされているもの、be filled with so and so. I'm filled with so and so. ですね。はい。Now looking at the pronunciation, ジュリアスのセリフですね。世の中に存在する大抵のものはつまらない。だからせめてこの両目に映る狭い世界くらいは面白いもので溢れていてほしいと願っている。そして今、一番面白いものは、スカーレット、あなたなんだ。私のこの思いが一般的な恋愛感情と異なるものだとは自覚している。だが、これだけは言わせてくれ。スカーレット、私はあなたが愛おしい。この世界のどんなものよりも。So in English, that would be, I find most things in this world boring, so I would like at least a small corner of the world that I inhabit to be filled with things that interest me. And right now, the most interesting thing to me, Scarlet, is you. I realize that what I feel is not the same as traditional romantic love, but I will say this one thing. Scarlet, you are dear to me, more dear than anything else in this world. Again, I find most things in this world boring, so I would like at least a small corner of the world that I inhabit to be filled with things that interest me. And right now, the most interesting thing to me, Scarlet, is you. I realize that what I feel is not the same as traditional romantic love, but I will say this one thing. Scarlet, you are dear to me, more dear than anything else in this world. はい。なんだろうな、どこが難しいかな。interest は、t があるんですけど、although there is a t, like interest, you wouldn't say interest. Change the t to ch, like interest. チュみたいな感じの音に変えた方が、よりネイティブに聞こえますね。So instead of interest, say interest. はい。That's how you pronounce interest. Next, traditional. Emphasis on the di. Traditional. Although the spelling is a tional, pronounce it like ol. So traditional. all ですね。all として pronounce してください。And next is anything else. Anything. Anything, it's an A, but pronounce it like a じゃなくてanything, any. あと thing も sing って皆さん結構言いがちなんですけど、ベロを本当も 噛んじゃってください。Just literally bite your tongue. Anything. Thing ですね。anything. やっぱ anything, I think people who, when Japanese is their first language, they're not used to using their tongue as much. So when you say anything, you can see that your tongue is still, in your mouth, like anything. You can say it without opening your mouth, but it's actually like anything, like bite onto your tongue. はい。So get used to biting your tongue, everybody. This. So that is the pronunciation.
アニメイングリッシュクラブ with サリー・アマキ。
Alright, so talking about the story a bit more, I really, like I said in the beginning of this episode, recommend it to people who have anger issues, like me. I get so frustrated with characters very easily, but Scarlet punches them in the face for you. It's not even like a weak punch. There is blood everywhere. I think depending on the platform, it's like rated some like adult rating. That's how much blood. But it's not like gore. It's like it's a feel-good blood. Like it makes you feel good because they're all bad guys. Scarlet never punches good guys. But yeah, looking into this anime, my oshi, my favorite character, has to be Terenetsa. Although she is one of the villains, she's so cute. When I was reading the manga, as a voice actor, I usually, when I read manga, I kind of imagine what kind of voice she would have in my head and how I would voice her if I ever got the role. And in my head, my acting plan was to make her like super evil and not cute at all when she was in her villain era. But when I looked at the anime, I was super surprised with how much the voice actor was able to keep Terenetsu's cuteness while still being evil and scary. Yeah, I learned a lot from her. So, like, for instance, during the very first episode when she was introduced by Kyle as her new fiance, she's like super cute, being like, oh, you know, I promised to be a good wife. And she's so cute. And then in like the next scenes, she'd be like talking in like a really scary way, like in her villainous way. And yet she would still be so cute. So I know the fans for this show are also big fans of Terenetsa. Usually, you know, villains, you don't really have like a strong fan base, but just because she's so cute, I feel like she has such a strong fan base, including me. So I do recommend her.
カイル様の新しい婚約者となって愛を育み末永く幸せな夫婦になると誓いますわ。さてと華やかな舞台から降りていただきましょうか。悪役令嬢スカーレット・エル・バンディミオン。
Also, sometimes you get tired of weak main characters, you know? Like a lot of the times, you know, I love anime where the girl is being protected by everybody around her, but sometimes I just wish these characters would stand up for themselves. And Scarlet does that all the way. Like she doesn't need anybody to protect her. She does it all on her own. And I also love the fact that she still has friends after this. You know, usually I would imagine, you know, people or characters who are treated this way are treated this way from everyone around her as well. Like she's maybe like bullied at school and stuff as well, and she doesn't have a very happy life. But in this case, Scarlet also has friends, including Rosalia, who I voice. So yeah, it shows how strong of a character she is. So I really do recommend it. ですね。Ato, this series also has very unique Japanese otaku terms like gyappumoe and shibo flag. And gyappumoe is when somebody has a characteristic in which you do not expect from them. So for instance, for me, what would be a gyappumoe for me actually? I would be like this, but let's say I'm super good at cooking. That would be a gap in my, yeah, like somebody like this, people would probably think that I'm not good at cooking, which I'm not. So that's not a very gap in my of me. But yeah, if I was like super good with, let's say, knitting, or if I was super good with sewing, I think that would be a gap in my for me. ですね。あとなんだろう、ギャップ萌え。Oh, a really, really popular trope in Japanese anime is, ヤンキー捨て猫理論。はい、yeah, there's this thing, ヤンキー捨て猫理論. So, so this ギャップ萌え or this like, unexpected characteristic, that works in a positive way.In Japan, the best example would be this delinquent who takes care of a stray cat. So, in a lot of manga scenes, so let's say there would be a delinquent at school and you'd be walking home and you see that delinquent in front of you and be like, oh, he's that scary guy from school. But then like you peek from the corner and you see him like giving a stray cat an umbrella. You'd be like, oh my gosh, I didn't expect that from him. And usually that's where like love stories would start being like, you know, I'm the only one who knows his like kind heart. So that would be a gyappumoe. Hi. It's actually a thing. It's like a whole phrase. Yankee捨て猫理論. How would I say like delinquent stray cat theory? Delinquent stray cat theory. It would be the literal translation, but yeah. それがギャップ萌えですね. That is what ギャップ萌え is. And next is 死亡フラグ. 死亡フラグ is when somebody says something positive right before they die. So, in anime, like a popular thing would probably be like, oh, you know, before they go to war or before they go to this like big fight, they'd be like, hey, once this fight is over, let's go back to our home country and like start a bakery, or, you know, like if they start talking about positive things about what they plan to do after the fight, that's a 死亡フラグ. They're gonna die if they start talking about the future. So how would I say it in English? I would probably say jinx it. Like he jinxed it. Oh, he jinxed it, so he's gonna die. Or you would be like, don't jinx it. And if you do jinx things, you just have to knock on wood to erase the jinx. So if you jinx something, people would be like, oh my god, knock on wood. ちょっとなんか木材じゃなきゃいけないんですよ。なぜか。木材をちょっとトントントンとしてくださいみたいな。死亡フラグ立てちゃったら、木材こう叩けば大丈夫です。はい。だから、don't jinx it. まあ、死亡フラグとちょっと違うんですけどね。なんか死亡まではいかないんですけど、まあ、フラグ立てたっていうことをジンクスって言います。Oh, he jinxed it, she jinxed it. みたいな感じですね。だからもう今日とかも歩いてて、今日なんかすごいいい日だな、何もトラブルに巻き込まれてないって言っちゃうともうその直後にきっとトラブルに巻き込まれるので、そういうこと言うと、なんか、oh, I'm having such a good day, everything is so perfect today って言ったら、oh my gosh, don't jinx it. knock on her wood ってなりますね。はい。っていうのがそういったね、フレーズがいっぱいあるので、それも勉強できます。There are many otaku terms used in the series as well, so you can learn from the series as well. はい。ということで、because this episode is supported by the Saihito team, I would like to formally introduce the series to you. テレビアニメ、最後に一つだけお願いしてもよろしいでしょうかは、各種プラットフォームにて好評配信中です。とてもスカッとするストーリーになっているので、ぜひ本作を見てください。そして、ブルーレイ&DVD シリーズも好評発売中です。最新情報や詳細については公式サイトをチェックしてください。本当にありえないぐらいスカッとします。でもスカーレットが全員イラッとする人全員殴ってくださるので、本当にありがとうございますって感じですね。So the TV anime, May I Please Ask You Just One Last Thing, is now streaming on various platforms. It's a really, really satisfying story, so please be sure to check it out. Also, the Blu-ray and DVD series are now on sale. For the latest updates and more details, visit the official website. Yeah, so usually these Blu-rays and DVDs also come with many things, special things inside of it. I think they already announced what's inside of it, but if you want to check it out, please check the official website. です。ということで、That is it for this episode of the Anime English Club. Saihito is nearing its end. It's almost the final episode, if I do remember correctly, so please check it out. The next episode, we're actually going to be talking about a new series. It is Yuri on Ice. Yes, I'm going to be talking about Yuri on Ice in 2026 because it never gets old. Yuri on Ice っていつですかもうほんと。いや、それも全部もう来週話します。I will be talking about Yuri on Ice next week. So please, stay tuned.
ということで、
You can listen to Anime English Club as a podcast and on YouTube, or you can follow along with transcripts and subtitles. You can adjust the speed however you want and listen as many times as you need to get comfortable with English. Listening over and over is really the key to mastering any language. For Japanese and English subtitles, go to youtube.com/anime-english-club or just search by the title. The Anime English Club wants to hear from you. Please let us know any anime you'd like us to cover, or for specific lines, please tell us whose line it is and which episode it's from. Or any general English questions, we are waiting to hear from you. Please email us at aec@1242.com. That is aec@1242.com. You can email me in either Japanese or English. メールは日本語でも英語でも大丈夫です。ということで、皆さん、新年早々配信を聞いてくださり、見てくださり、ありがとうございました。今年もよろしくお願いします。また来週From the Nippon Hoso podcast station, this is the Anime English Club, hosted by me, Sao Yamaki. Special thanks to Aniplex and the Saihito production team for supporting this episode. This episode was written by Naoki Nakamura, edited by Naoki Yamazaki, directed by Hiroshi Kochi, all from Waltz Inc. Our executive producer is Shiori Tanaka for Nippon Broadcasting System Japan.